Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to show you how to install the Tesla OEM light bar that you can see here that we've installed. It's actually not that bad of a process, but over the last few months, Tesla has changed the way in which the light bar is connected, because I used to think that you connected at the applique on the top of the vehicle. Turns out that is no longer the case. Now you have to go through the B-pillar applique. So we're going to show you how to do that. Don't forget to look in the description below to get some great discounts on some Tesla accessories. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in just a few moments. Welcome back. Here we have the B pillar that we're going to remove, and in order to do that, we're going to have to open up the doors, pull out a little bit of the trim, and we're going to get to the applique closeout that's right down here at the bottom. We're just going to open that up. You're just going to pull this one out. Let's drop this one though for the moment. Pull this one out. Also going to drop this window. We're going to pull back this trim that's right here. So we're just going to yank on it. You just want to pull just enough to expose the side of the B pillar right here. That's all you need to do. And we got to pull a little bit on the other side to expose it. There we go. So here we are at the B pillar applique closeout that we're going to take out. In order to take it off, we're going to need to open up our rear door completely so that we can completely expose the applique cover. Then we're going to go in here with our nice little pry tool, and we're going to pry this off. Just like this. Come at it from the other side as well. Boom. Cover's off. Now we have this 10mm bolt. We're going to take a nice 10mm wrench, and we are going to take that bolt out. There we go. There's our screw. So here we are at the B pillar. We got the 10mm bolt out of here. So all you have to do is just gently pull out on this just a little bit. There's a pin right behind here, almost right where my finger's at. You just pull straight out. Now there are two more pins. They're located right behind this soft area right here. We just need to pull those two pins out. So that's what I'm going to do. They're underneath here. Here we go. Gonna use my pry tool. Yep. That's one pin. The other pin is located right under here. There it is. Right back there. That's the second pin. And now this whole thing is able to slide downwards, just like that. Now, here's where it gets interesting. So, this is the hookup for our camera door pillar. Here are the hookups for the light bar in here, and that's what Tesla installed, and we just need to connect those. But before we do, we have to do one more very important step. We have to disconnect the mid-voltage system in the truck. And we got to do that from under the frunk. Okay, so here we are at the frunk, and we got to disconnect the mid-voltage power. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to open our frunk. And we're going to go behind the applique at the top of the frunk, which is right up here. We're just going to pull this whole thing off, and it's going to expose an area that few get to look at. And we're just going to set this down. Now, we're going to do two things here. This is how we're going to disconnect the mid-voltage power. We're going to take this pin this red pin here, we're going to slide this back, and we're going to disconnect that cable. There we go. Pin has been slid back, and now this cable disconnects. There's a little slide back here. This is where this groove goes into. You just pull it forward and it's going to come off. Now, when we do that, this is going to give us access to this first responder cable, and we're going to disconnect this, and we do that by pressing down on this, and these two should come apart. There we go. Whew. That's the first responder pin disconnected. Disconnect the main power. We take this, press it, push it to the right, take this black lever here, and we're going to make it, we're going to pull it upwards, or pull it towards us. Make sure this goes all the way to the right. Kind of acts like a giant. There we go. Boom. That unplugs. Just like that. Mid-voltage power is disconnected to the truck. We're going to leave it like that for 2 minutes, and then we can go ahead and connect our light bar. Now that we've disconnected the mid-voltage power on the vehicle, now we can come to our B-pillar and we can connect our light bar. We're going to pull this out just like this, and you're going to see that the connectors are taped in here, and we just need to connect them. We're going to disconnect this, and we're going to plug it into the harness. Here's the harness for the light bar. We're going to plug it in. Going to plug in the power for the light bar right into this harness. Oops. Come on. Just like that, plugs straight down in. And then we're going to press this red pin, and that's going to lock it into place. Boom. It's done. It's connected. And we're going to close it up and put everything back together again. So now we're going to go ahead and reinstall the B-pillar. First thing we're going to do is lift it up, and we're going to slide it back into place. Make sure we get our wires back in, and we're going to slide it right back in the place where we got it. Going to make sure all of our holes line up. Make sure everything goes in there. There we go. Other side. That pin is in. I'm going to make sure the weather stripping goes underneath. Put our weather stripping back to where it was. There we go. It tucks underneath that original weather stripping there. So we're just making sure we get it back. And then we have a pin behind here. The first pin that we got to line it up with the hole that's in here, and it slides right on in. Just want to make sure all that's together. If you're a fan of the channel, you guys know I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this sort of thing, so I don't like it being janky. All right, that's all in. Now, just got to put our screw back in. We're going to put that in there just like that, and we are just going to screw it back in. And from that, we can replace our trim, which kind of just snaps right back into place here. All right, so we have our B-pillar put back in. We've installed our screw. So the last thing we need to do is just put in the applique. Again, it's just going to push in here just like this. Just pops in there. And that's it. It's all put back together. Okay, now that we have the B-pillar applique cover back in, now it's time to put power back to the vehicle. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to reconnect the first responder cut cable, which is the blue one right here. We're going to attach this one first, and it's just going to slide together. There's the click, and just re-engage the red pin here. And we're gonna slide it back onto its pin so that it stays nice and secure. There it goes, it's locked into place now. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna reconnect the main power right here, just is reverse what we did. So we're gonna push this back in here, push that, lock it into place with the black handle here, and then slide the red guard into place, just like that. Last thing, we're just gonna put our applique back into place. Just line the holes up. Just making sure everything's secure. Okay, with our foot on the brake, we're gonna shift the vehicle into drive, just like this. The vehicle's in drive, and from here, we're gonna turn our power feed for the roof on. And now I'm sure it's looking for the light. And now, foot's still on the brake, do not remove. We're gonna go back to park. Boop, beep, beep. I'm gonna put it over here to the light section. It's gonna stay there. I'm actually going to get out of the vehicle. What should happen is that the software should start to update. So what you should have is that message that says light bar installation is complete after you get out of the vehicle. It says to switch to off-road mode and adjust settings, open dynamics if we wanna do that. So from here, now if we look at our light screen, it looks slightly different. We now have our light bar that has off, ditch lights, floodlights, or both. And I'll show you what those are in a moment. But basically, it shows it up here on the screen. The floodlights are the ones in the middle. The ditch lights are the ones that shines off to the left and right. And here you can change the brightness as well. Well, it was a great install. It's pretty simple. It actually didn't take that long of a time to do. I'd say, altogether 30, 45 minutes to get it done. But you know me, I'm a pretty big perfectionist. So I take my time with these sort of things and I go through the instructions and I do it step by step. But all in all, about half an hour, 45 minutes, you can get this job done. It's really not that difficult to do. Highly recommend getting the light bar if Tesla is still selling it to everybody. I know some folks are having troubles and things of that nature in getting their hands on this light bar. But I gotta admit, it's a really great accessory and I highly recommend it. So thanks for watching the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below. Let me know what you think of the install, what you think of the light bar if you have it. If you don't have it, let me know if you want it or see what you think about it. Don't forget to check out my other videos that we have done on so many of these other Tesla accessories, and you can get some great discounts on them. Look in the description below, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.